Today we are here in South Lyon, Michigan for the Living in Detroit video. We want to show you what this home behind me has to feature at a $575 price point here in South Lyon. My name is Matt Talbot. My team and I help people just like you every single day move here to Michigan, and we absolutely live for it. We get calls, texts, and emails literally every day of people that want to move to the area, and we love to help you guys out. If you're interested in moving to the area, if you want more information or a consultation, please comment below or fill out the Calendly link and set up a consultation today. So in this video, like I was saying, we're in South Lyon, Michigan. The house behind me is at a $575 price point. It's a beautiful Cape Cod home, which means the first floor primary suite. We want to give you the tour of the property, show you what downtown South Lyon has to offer as well too, so you can really see what it's like to live in this area and this type of price point. Okay guys, welcome. So I have the opportunity to list this beautiful house here in South Lyon, Michigan. For those of you who don't know, South Lyon is really a suburb of Metro Detroit. You're getting a little bit more like a Metro Ann Arbor suburb, so to speak. So you're north and a little bit east of Ann Arbor, not terribly far from Brighton. Good location to be able to shoot back to Novi or continue down 696 and get down the east side. It's a fantastic location. If you work in Ann Arbor, you want to shoot down 23 to get to the hospital or anywhere in Ann Arbor, it's a really good location. So this house has been renovated a few years ago. It is at a $575 price point. I would be absolutely shocked if we don't sell it over that, but we're in the process of listing this property currently. So we want to give you a tour to kind of show you what $575 gets you. Also some of the unique features of this house that I like and some of the stuff that I can sort of point out that maybe are pros and cons or differences in that a similar price point, what you might get in the area here. So we're standing in a two-story foyer, which is a nice feature. You're right in front of the staircase here, obviously, to go upstairs. Currently, this front room is set up for an office, as a lot of people are working from home. There is a double door on there and a closet, so this technically could be a bedroom for in-law suite or something if you wanted to, but for most people, this would be a formal living space, or this would be an office or study, library, what have you, right? Two-story foyer and two-story great room, which I'll show you in a minute. This is the formal dining. They're in the process of moving, so obviously no table in here currently. Tons of natural light in this house. It's one of my favorite features of this house is the amount of light in the lot. Moving on, Nick can stick the camera in there. That is your half bath for your guest bathroom on the first floor. I love these giant windows, okay? So two windows here, obviously double doors on both sides. There's more door walls as well too over here to get out to the deck. So there's a massive deck, which I'll show you in a minute. But I love the windows. I love the natural light in here. It's a really, really nice feature and it flows very well right into the kitchen. So this kitchen was redone a few years ago. As you can see, it's beautiful. The cabinets that go all the way to the top. There's built-in speakers throughout. You have a really nice sparkly granite countertop, which I enjoy, stainless steel appliances, and a really large breakfast nook, right? So a lot of people, a lot of families, they end up eating the majority of their meals in the breakfast nook in a house like this. Obviously the formal dining is more for entertaining and stuff like that. So having this good sized breakfast nook is a really good feature. I also love the bar as well too. You can pull up bar stools here. But if Nick can kind of roll around showing you the cabinets and stuff like that, I really like what they did with this kitchen. Can you get up top? Are you getting all the way up top here? So a lot of the trim work at the top of the cabinetries are really nice features in a house like this for this more custom finish. So this house did not look like this originally. It was revamped and refinished. So the subdivision sells at different price points. You know, you could be as low as $375, $400 in this sub, and we're at a $575 price point. So we're sort of on the higher end of the sub, but there's been different homes that have been built throughout the subdivision at different times. And this court is a very, very private court that was done by a different builder. So I really like this feature as well too. So two-car garage, nothing crazy special in there, but the really nice mudroom, which I like. And when they did the renovation here, although you have the really nice mudroom, you still get the sink and stuff like that too. So good size coat closet here as well too. Big pantry, and I don't know if you want to get all the way in here, Nick. I really like the built-ins as well too. So nice mudroom that you walk into and kind of keep, you know, your crap, so to speak, outside of the rest of the house for the homeowner. As we move on, so this home we consider a Cape Cod, meaning it's a first floor primary suite. So this is a really nice nice feature. I love this primary. It's really spacious. Tall ceilings in here. I think it's a 20-foot ceiling. Big space, and again, tons of natural light. Also, we'll show you in a minute, it's on a very wooded lot back there, so lots of privacy as well too, which is nice when you have a first floor primary. You want some privacy, obviously. You know, people can kind of look in the windows at times and stuff like that. So having that privacy with a home like this in the primary on the first floor is a big, nice upside. It's a great feature. So rolling into the primary bathroom, 2 sinks in here, his and hers, whatever you want to call it. There's a makeup area as well as a nice tile shower, and of course the jetted tub, okay? So if you roll through, decent sized closet here, it's a pass through. So we continue on, and you pop right back out to the primary. So that real quick, let's jump upstairs, show you upstairs, and then we'll show you the finished basement and get outside as well. So the thing about Cape Cod homes with the primary and the first floor, they're generally a wider footprint. So this home is really only about 3,000 square feet. The reason why I say that is it feels much bigger than a 3,000 square foot home because you have a 2-story foyer. If you point over here, Nick, you can see the 2-story foyer. Obviously we have this walkway and then a 2-story great room, as well as the primary on the first floor. So if all your bedrooms are upstairs, right, you can build on the footprint, put all the bedrooms upstairs, and you lose the space. But having the primary on the first floor allows you to expand out. And in this house, they even built up with the openness in the 2-story foyer and great room. So the house itself is actually a very wide footprint. So it feels much bigger than 3,000 square feet, even though it's about where we're at. So first bedroom on the upstairs. Another nice feature about Cape Cods as well too, depending on how they're done, because they're that wide footprint, the primary is downstairs, right? So this bedroom's massive, 2 closets on this side, but it's a really good sized bedroom. Again, they're in the process of moving and stuff like that. Shooting over to the other side, we have 2 more bedrooms of good size. This one has a big walk-in closet, so if you want to come over here, it'd probably be a little dark in the video, but good walk-in closet. And again, they're in the process of moving, so nothing's in here currently. But again, good sized bedroom, good sized walk-in closet. And then the third bedroom is going to be the front of the home. Again, decent size. It's a pretty standard sized bedroom for a home like this. So good sized bedrooms on the second floor, which is a really nice feature of that first floor primary Cape Cod. They redid the tile in here as well too, as well as the shower. So, you know, again, these are little updates like tiling the shower just for a nicer finish as these homes have been renovated that really show you where the home should be priced, you know, pros and cons, what's been done through the years that allows you to understand, is this a good fit for you? And you know, what's been done and what would you might have to do to renovate to get it to your standards. So again, $575 price point. Let's jump in the basement. Okay guys, so moving on to the basement, like I was saying, not to be repetitive, but I'm going to be repetitive. These Cape Cod homes with the first floor primary, 2-story great room, 2-story foyer, like I said, is a wide footprint. So not only do you get the bigger bedrooms upstairs, you get the good size first floor primary, but the basements are massive in these houses. So again, you just get a lot more house per square footage. So a 3,000 square foot house, in my opinion, that's a first floor primary, 2-story great room, 2-story foyer, really feels more like a 3,500 square foot plus house, especially with a finished basement. So this house feels massive to me, even though on paper isn't that big. So walking downstairs, I want to show you this too, which is the least pretty part of the basement. This is a huge value add. So we'll show you the rest of the basement, but because of the wide footprint, you get this huge storage space all walled off, obviously not finished over here for all your storage and needs like that. When they put in the storage room down here, they moved the washer and dryer, which was upstairs in that mud room that I showed you. They moved it down here to make the upstairs a little bit more spacious and a different layout, which I like that move because that mud room is beautiful and you get more space down here. There's a place to fold laundry and all that stuff. Moving on, they finished in the basement. So one thing to look for when you're looking at renovated basements, okay? Storage space is a big one. And how is the basement renovated? Sometimes you're gonna see the ceiling sprayed black. Sometimes you're gonna see a drop ceiling. Spraying it's the least expensive, drop ceiling's next, and then drywalling's the most expensive, and it gives it that formal feel. So this actually feels like real living space when it's drywalled. Sometimes when you get daylight or walkout, it even helps that even more. But again, the can lights or recessed lighting, whatever you want to call it, in the drywalled ceiling really allows for a formal finish. Obviously great spot for a pool table here. It's a full-size pool table. And moving on, they're taking their TVs down and stuff like that. So I apologize about it's not exactly staged currently, but moving over, fantastic workout room. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a big fan of staying at the gym, you know, doing the curls. It's a good workout room. Obviously they built it out this way. This would not be a legal bedroom here in Michigan. because there's no fire escape in the basement. However, great bonus room, could be used as an additional office or workout room, how they have it here today. And again, this is sort of set up with the TV here. Moving on in the basement, wet bar, wine refrigerator, full refrigerator, microwave, so almost a partial kitchen down here as well too. So again, there's a ton of room here. This is a wide open space, tons of room for entertaining down here. This house feels way bigger than it is on paper. That's an important feature to understand when you're looking at first floor primary suites. Lastly, they did a full bathroom down here, so a lot of times you'll see a half bath, but this is a good adjustment in the comparables. Full shower in here, some good storage and stuff like that. So it's nice to have this feature if you have guests or what have you staying in the house. So beautiful basement, great house down here at a $575 price point. Before we jump upstairs and show you the exterior, then get to downtown South Lyon, you gotta stay to the end because you really want to see what it's like to be in downtown South Lyon and some of the stuff that has to offer. So stay tuned for the end of this video. Please hit subscribe or tap for notifications if you're liking this video and this video is providing any value to you, because we want to make more like it, and that shows us that it's working for you. So real quick, one kind of caveat or one additional thing I'd like to explain as a good agent is, depending on the area here in Southeast Michigan, you're either going to be on city water or a lot of times well water or community well water. So in South Lyon, for the most part, you're going to be on well water or a community well. So a lot of the water out here is not coming from necessarily from the city where it goes to a water treatment plant and all that stuff. It comes from a well and then is treated upstream. So a lot of the homes out here have, they're treating water upstream, okay? Meaning the water comes in from a well or a community well, it's eventually make it to the house. A lot of times it's treated through the community well, but then when it gets to the house, it might be a little bit more of hard water. There's nothing wrong with that water. It's not bad for you, anything like that. It just might taste a little bit different than the city water. So a lot of people have choose to do water softener system. So basically the water comes in, this is your main line right here on the bottom. The water comes into the house, and this is actually a whole house filter that is being ran through. So it's being filtered in the house. You can do this for city water as well too, as far as this type of filter system. And then you're going into this tank, which actually has salt in it. So it's filtered even more before it's going through the rest of the house. Again, nothing wrong with that feature. For those of you that don't know about, well water versus city water, it's just an important thing to know and understand what that looks like. For the most part, these units are either rented or purchased. And so a lot of times they are purchased. You got to occasionally put salt in them and keep up on them to make sure that your water stays to your standard. There's a lot of different filtration systems out there and some other stuff, whether you're on city water or well water, that people do reverse osmosis, and they do a lot of different systems in the house to treat their water to make sure that, it's to their caliber, what have you. But in South Lyon here, and definitely throughout the general Ann Arbor area, once you get a little bit outside of the city and outside of the general metro area, they're gonna have a lot less city water. So wanted to show you that feature. Nice little note and takeaway for you if you're not familiar with that stuff. Let's go ahead and jump outside. BEA beautiful out here, okay? So it's summertime in Michigan, which we wait for all year round, but this is a fantastically beautiful backyard. As you can see, giant trees, very, very private, very, very secluded, awesome feature. This deck is huge too. They updated the railings. It is a wood deck, not Trex or anything like that. It is a wood deck, but it's in really good shape. I think it's beautiful, and it wraps all the way around, so good amount of seating. They got the grill out here, and you could have a big table for entertaining as well too. This is such a nice feature here in Michigan. And again, I like to talk about this a lot in this video, because if you're moving from out of town and you're looking at these videos, like, it doesn't always look like this, right? This is midsummer, so everything's green and beautiful and very vibrant and stuff like that, but we have seasons here. So in the fall, it'll look awesome with the trees changing colors back here. In the winter, when we get snowfall, it'll look very, very scenic as well too. So having these types of features in your home is a great selling point in all homes, of course, across the country, but definitely here in Michigan, because you get that real Michigan feel. So super, super nice feature back here. I love the privacy. You're also on a court on this house as well too, which can be a rare find, so you don't have as much pass-through traffic is a big thing for a lot of people. But this court, this lot, this house, it's an absolute showstopper at $575 in my opinion. We want to show you downtown South Lyon, so stay tuned for the end of this video. We're going to show you some of the shops and some of my favorite restaurants in town and sort of what that looks like. This house itself is not far from downtown. You're only about 5 minutes to get there. You're right by the high school as well too. It's literally kitty corner, not even a 5-minute walk from the end of the subdivision here. So very good location here, but we want to show you what downtown looks like. There's a lot of stuff that South Lyon has to offer. There's apple orchards and a lot of different things. However, we're not terribly far from downtown South Lyon, so we'll show you that coming up next. South Lyon, good vibes. Peace, love, happiness. So we're here in downtown South Lyon. We want to show you a little bit about what South Lyon has to offer. We're actually at the corner of Pontiac Trail and 10 Mile. And as you can see, it's another one of those small town vibes here in Southeast Michigan. We've done other videos on cities like Saline and cities like Plymouth and Northville, and they're all different sizes of these small town vibes. South Lyon's a little bit of a smaller one, of course. Great feel down here though as well. Obviously lots of traffic right in the center of town. There's some really good restaurants. I really want to show you the Lyon Grill, which is my personal favorite. The South Lyon Hotel's up the street. This is the corner social, it's the ice cream spot and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff here in the center of town. You know, you have different shopping and, you know, dental facilities and your hardware stores and all that stuff in the small town feel here in South Lyon. So I really, really like this portion. South Lyon and Lyon Township, as well as New Hudson, are kind of all the same area. They're South Lyon schools. So it's a big footprint, a lot of different subdivisions, a lot of different price points. Sometimes you have bigger lots, sometimes you have smaller lots. There's just a lot of different examples of real estate, but the home we just showed is about 5 minutes or less to downtown South Lyon here. So we wanted to show you a little bit what it looks like down here. We'll get some B-roll, walk around town a little bit, and show you some of the different features that South Lyon has to offer. We're in front of the Grande Trunke, which is a great shopping spot for little gifts and stuff like that. The Twisted Cork Winery next door is also a good spot in town for wine here. Salon across the street. There's a lot of other, you know, small shops and stuff like I was saying, where you don't have to drive outside of town. You can come right into this little town and get all your wants and needs here. A couple different snack spots, lunch spots, different restaurants. Let's get inside and see what they say.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. We're doing a little YouTube. Is it cool if we do a quick walkthrough? Cocktail hour? Smell your zodiac sign. Ride vibes. Pizza and socks, two of my favorite things. Love these. These are like my all-time favorite blankets. Like, look how soft and comfortable this is. Feel that? Are you serious? Well, thanks for having us. I appreciate it. We are in front of my favorite restaurant in South Lyon, which is the Lyon Grill, hand-cut steaks, seafoods, craft cocktails. This place slaps, guys. It's super, super, super good. If you're on Facebook, follow them on Facebook. You'll see some of the dishes that they put out. They do nice photos of all the stuff. I think they've recently been doing surf and turf, my favorite meal, filet, lobster tail, pastas. They got everything going on here. It's really, really good. So we're a little bit south of where we were just at in downtown South Lyon. We're off Pontiac Trail. There's a Kroger across the street, so you get your grocery shopping. South Lyon really has everything between South Lyon and Lyon Township that you need. You don't got to leave, you know, this general area. If you're thinking about moving to the area, you know, there's all your different hardware stores and, like I said, Home Depot and Lowe's and Kroger across the street. But the Lyon Grill is absolutely fantastic. If you're in the area, check it out. And if you're thinking about moving to the area, shoot us a comment below, send us a direct message, hit the Calendly link, and whatever you do before you hang up, hit subscribe to this video.